Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
No, you're 120% dick pic.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else. We're a walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room, and you return the favor.
Gonorrhea. Oh. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop it now. I order you to stop. I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to fall in line with their emotions. It's not... look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay.
I got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
What's up, savages? Terrence Pop here with another episode that actually is live from the lair. And today, if you guys have been following the show for a while, a few years back, we did a show called Wango Tango. And that one was basically a show on all of the teachers who were touching pee-pees in a bad way and doing other SA type of behaviors. And
I remember that one. That was like 10 years ago.
No, it wasn't 10 years ago.
It was some time ago. Anyway.
It was like over 3 years ago. And we actually we covered like a lot of these women were getting slaps on the wrist. Some of them didn't even get any jail. A few of them got to keep their license to teach. Now, if a man does that, he's going to jail for at least a decade and a half, maybe more, and he's going to live the rest of his life on the You Touched Young People's list. And your life is pretty much done once you're on that list. But somehow women get a pass. I think maybe it's because they've modified the laws. So the R word that should apply doesn't, because they're different, and special, and they're the twinkle fairies and what have you, that they can do no wrong. It just is what it is. Now, this show was 100% put together from a viewer out there.
Oh, yeah.
Who wanted us to do a show on this. And I've been avoiding this subject because it just bothers me to no end. If you mess with kids, I have no mercy for you.
Yep.
Now, it's one thing if you're in a war zone and you have to drop in some ordnance from a fast mover and they get caught in the collateral. That sucks. And I get it. But to willingly target children for that type of Abby use, there's no excuse for this. And we need to actually we need to bring attention to this so we can crack the whip. And these women wanted equality. You do the crime, you do the exact same time, because right now they do 1/3 the time for the same crime that men do. I.e., you murder somebody, a dude is going to get life, which is a minimum of 20 years if they give him the full boat press, which they usually do. Woman, she's going to get 10 years, probably get paroled out at between 6 and 8 years. It's complete bullshit. And you guys tune into the show because we're all about equality and we'll tell you the goddamn truth. And you heard Battledorf in the background, so no introduction needed.
I'm back there in the background, interrupting Pop's monologue.
It's all right.
It's good to go. This kind of thing is really disturbing. But before we kick that off, as Pop mentioned, this show was brought to you by the letter Q and the number 43, and also the viewer Rusty Shackelford. So thanks for this, man. We appreciate it. I mean, you did such a bang up job providing us links that we're like, we have to do the show now.
And there's so many links. I mean, we could do 2 shows on this.
And we really had been looking at doing a show on this. It would come up and we'd be like, we got to do a show on that. And then something else would come up. We got to do a show on that. And something else would come up and we'd circle back to it. Let's do this show. And then Rusty, you went do the fucking show. And we're like, well, I mean, he's got a point. Okay.
Listen,
that's really how it went down, pretty much.
We're very rational dudes.
Yeah.
So, like, here's the show. Here's all the links. Do it.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
Yeah. And clearly we can't accommodate everybody. We try to go through all of the emails. I mean, I'm starting to get about half of what Pop gets on a daily basis. And I still have to clean up my email box like every 3 days, go through it. So we do see your stuff. We do look at a lot of it. We reply when we can. We just can't reply all the time. In my case, I actually have an actual 9 to 5, 40-hour-a-week day job on top of all of this. So
yeah,
you pile all of that shit on one plate, it gets large. But again, Rusty, thanks for putting this together. You did a bang up job. The links, I mean, we've got mountains and mountains of stuff to go through.
The only thing I want to deviate from, if we get a link that's over a year old, we should just do a quick search to see if the person was convicted and what sentence they got.
I suppose that's true. I'm trying to keep an organized notebook of these things. I've got the shows in a notebook format now, kind of like an analyst's notebook.
Yeah.
But like I said, we don't always have time to get to all of this shit. Man.
Now, listen.
There's so much stuff.
I'm a circle thinker, recovering from brain damage back in the day. So I am very scatterbrained. So I'll come across stuff and I'll just send him a bunch of links. Oh, this looks good. That looks good. And there's like no context. And finally he's like, what are you doing?
About every 5 weeks or so, Pop, we have to have a talk about the links. You need to give me some guy, gotta have context, man. And it'll work for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's like D4 plus 1 days. Roll a D4 plus 1.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Or if I do context, it's usually like 1 or 2 words.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So,
yeah. I'll get D4 plus 1 days of some context, and then we're right back to where we started again. It's pretty funny stuff. But my thinking meat isn't the greatest either. You know what's not really good thinking meat though is glamorous Christian high school teacher. This is the wrong tab. I didn't want to share that one. I want to share this one. There we go. That's better. Cougars in the classroom. The alarming rate of teachers charged with raping young boys in America. Like I said, we have so many links that it's hard to keep track of all of this.
Battledorf, we're on YouTube, so we have to steer away from the R word and call it apparay or illicit touching or essay or something like that, because I want to get dinged by
okay what happened there?
I don't know.
I stopped sharing the screen.
Yeah, well, they did we got an update on StreamYard and they changed a bunch of shit, so we're
I see that. Hey, YouTube, for the record, I'm reading the headline from a published paper. Okay, I'm going to put that out there. I hear you, Pop, but I know. If they're doing an audio thing, this is a quote from a published reputable media source. This is not us talking. At any rate, in the last year, dozens of teachers faced crimes charges involving students. The crimes have happened in 16 different states, stretching from California to New York. Many of these predatory teachers are married and have their own children. Dozens of female teachers have been arrested this year across the nation for sex crimes. This is just last year. This is literally 11 months ago.
We should call it saxophone crimes because they can blow and go.
I frequently refer to violins for the obvious reason. There were a whole bunch of violins in the street that night. It was dark out. It was dark outside. There were violins everywhere.
Saxophone and violins. I gotta write that down.
So in the last month, a year ago, married New Jersey teacher Jessica Sawicki, 37, was arrested after cops found her half naked in the backseat of a teen's car at a wildlife center. I'm going to preface this by saying it's even in the intro for this show.
Mm-hmm.
Between the ages of 15 and like 30, the male of the Homo sapiens species is out there spearfishing.
Yeah. Slinging seed like an old bird feeder.
And they will throw their spear at just about any fish that walks by.
That's exactly how we are when they're that.
And the thing is, these teachers know that, though. They know that these boys are an easy mark. All they have to do is walk by them and look even vaguely sexy and smell even vaguely good. And they're going to be able to get to these boys. The point here is they shouldn't be doing that, and they should know better.
Yes. Here's the thing, though. All right. So this one was caught by a cop in a parking lot. Have you ever we're getting busy or doing stuff in a car with a female and had the cops roll up behind you?
No, we weren't stupid enough to go somewhere and park and do that.
No, it happened to me when
Did
I
it?
was in the Army at least half a dozen times, and every
No.
single time the cop is like, "All right, before I come up there, you better both be 18 and opposite sex, and roll the window down."
No, we were smart enough that we had places to go
Yeah, I know.
that we knew, and honestly, I think the cops kind of knew where those lovers' lanes were.
Oh yeah, they do. They know.
And they would just cruise by at a distance. Okay, nobody's out there. There's no bonfire. I don't see any beer bottles. Let them keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, or reflections of cars.
Right. Yeah. They generally left us alone when it came to that stuff. In Nebraska, 45-year-old Aaron Ward was arrested after being caught naked in the backseat with a teen boy. The substitute teacher is married to a Department of Defense official.
So she's 45.
Dude, come on. Yeah, here she is. Aaron Ward, substitute teacher. This is her right here. Let's have a look at her. Wop, 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 wop.
She's done. When did this happen?
This was the same year. This was
What?
last April.
Okay.
This was last April. It's first of all, okay, young man, you're 16 years old, right? You're in the prime of your youth, right? See that? That's called roadkill. Leave that alone.
Yeah,
That's fucking roadkill.
that's the
Leave it
face.
alone.
That's the face of wounds and shame.
You need to. I was talking to a guy on the phone today who was crying about dating older women, and I'm like, dude, stop eating the leftover roast beef and cheddar from the work fridge.
It has fuzz on it.
Leave the leftovers alone. I'm serious. Just leave don't eat the leftovers, man.
So what month of last year was she arrested?
April. This is
April
a year
24?
ago. Yeah.
And they probably
This is-
haven't had a trial for her
This
yet.
is a year ago. Let's see. Former Buckeye High School teacher accused of sex crimes involving a student. Buckeye police have arrested a 23-year-old former teacher. Okay, that one I even kind of get. Maybe she's after like a 17, 18-year-old. She's 20. She's still in that young stage. But again, you're a teacher. You're not supposed to be doing that.
If you're in a position of authority, that's a big
You're
no.
abusing the power of, and that was a huge for us in the military.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately, I was only around a unit that had females in it like once when I was at civil affairs. The rest of the time, we were pretty much all male units.
Yeah, I had a bunch of females in civil affairs. I would never think of screwing with any of those women. They're all crazy.
Door open, camera on.
Yes. Absolutely. I wouldn't even let them in my office. I'd like, stop right there.
We'll come outside and talk.
Yeah, or explain to me what's going on from there. And then it's like, well, I'm having like a heavy flow. Stop talking. Sergeant T. Yeah, I got a soldier coming over to talk to you. All right, go see Sergeant T. She'll tell me what your problem is because I don't want to know.
Fortunately, mine was back in like 97, and you could still create space just by virtue of being an NCO. You could do it. You just said you fuck off.
Yeah, get away.
Go talk. Yeah, go talk to the lieutenant colonel. She'll straighten you up. So many of the accused female teachers charged in the last year are married, and one was even named Teacher of the Year. I'll bet she was. The teachers are enticing students with sexually charged texts, nude photos, and videos before and during physical encounters, police say. Of course they are. I just said why. A 15 to 30-year-old male of the human species is basically a spearfisher at all times.
When you're that young, I'm going to be honest. Every time you get a chance to get up to home plate and swing for the fences, you're going to pull out the 10 dick.
Yeah. It just is what it is.
That's just the way it is.
It just is what it is.
Her husband was a defense contractor, so he's probably just slinging around 6 to 8 dick. And when you get to that age, that's take it or leave it, dick. Yeah.
Right. And at 45, the last time she had something that could be described as vigorous
was
like 20 years ago. So I get, but the crime here is the abuse of authority. These women clearly know that they're doing wrong. Our culture is such that everybody tries to blame the male for everything.
They don't try. They do.
Well, they do blame the male for everything. You're correct. But this is a this is crystal clear abuse of hardwired genetic lizard brain behavior.
Correct.
It is just a biological fact.
And here's the
that a young male is a freaking what?
Here's the really screwed up part.
Mm-hmm.
If one of these young individuals slips one by the goalie, he's going.
That's happened a couple times.
He's going to get crucified for child support, even though he was saxophoned. Caught up in the brass section. Yeah, he got saxophone. He had to let the spit out through the spit valve, and things happen.
This is, I mean, let's move on to like a specific one here. Let's go with this as the one that I accidentally had up at the beginning. Glamorous Christian high school teacher, 31, learns her fate after having sex with student in parking garage and after the junior-senior ball.
What was her fate?
Lindsay Westerfield, 31, has pleaded guilty to first-degree sexual misconduct charges. A Christian high school teacher in Washington State has been sentenced to. Why do they have to keep repeating this? A Christian high school teacher.
Well, to make it that much worse.
Yeah. And has been sentenced to 6 months of house arrest. That's
6 months.
If a guy did this to
15
a female
years.
Student, maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
With like 7 for good behavior, but you're also in the sex offender registry for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what this glamorous teacher looks like. She's a 6, 7.
Yeah, she's about, how old is she?
31. Okay, she's automatically a 4 or a 5 right there. Because the first wall approacheth.
Yeah, she's clacking through the walls. She was probably like a solid 7.5 when she was 18 to 25.
Yeah, I would have given her an 8 at that age.
Yeah, but you lose, 1 point, looks point every 7 years over the age of 25. Yeah. So she's coming up on the 1 point deduction.
She's coming up on the deduction. But the victim is now 23. She's 31 now. There's some math going on here. Detectives opened an investigation into her years ago, but progress is stalled until 2022. This article is from June of last year. Mm-hmm. So this had been going on for some time. The victim is now 23. Mm-hmm. So the victim was probably around 17, which means she was like 25 when this happened.
Yeah.
So let's see. 2 of the encounters in Westerfield were ultimately charged. Westerfield was charged with occurred after the victim turned 18. I mean, at that point,
yeah.
I mean, it's bad decision making, but there's no crime there. However, but in Washington, state law prohibits sexual relationships between students under the age of 21 and school employees who are at least 5 years their senior.
All right. Now,
hard
to do in a court. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. If the dude was 18 when this happened, okay, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it's a bad decision, but there's no crime. Westerfield resigned from her position at the academy in 2019, shortly after the investigation was opened. Yeah, she was like 23, 24 years old. In addition to house arrest, the former teacher will be required to register as a sex offender for a decade.
Only 10 years?
Yeah, that's exactly. That was my
most of your life.
Yes, you're screwed. After undergoing unrelated treatment for 4.5 years. Unrelated treatment, what does that mean? The teacher and victim communicated via Snapchat, met up at one another's houses and in parking garages, and even once after the school's junior-senior ball. God. It was 3 years before the student coughed up additional helpful information. That's statute of limitations, though. Okay, I have to call bullshit on that. You can't just continuously run the clock on crimes. There's statute of limitations exists for a reason, and a lot of the rapé cases that come out was 26 years later. Oh, he
that's
touched me
insane.
inappropriately in an elevator. Shut up.
It should be like the statute, like 7 years should be the statute of limitations for stuff like that.
At the most. It's I was ashamed, but you're not ashamed to come forward now. I realize this is a different topic. I realize that I'm rabbit holing slightly here.
I got you.
Bear with me though. These women want it both ways. They want to accuse a man of rape for touching a butt in an elevator 12, 14, 20, 24 years ago, but they don't want to be accused of rape for screwing one of their own students. It's one of the most clear-cut lines in our culture. You don't touch the students if you're a teacher.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy that this stuff just is like, it's like a fire hose of bad decisions. Twisted New Jersey special education teacher, hey, what? Sent 25,000 texts to an 8th grade boy she molested.
All right, now 8th grade. That's like, 12 years old?
That's, no, 8th grade's like 13.
All right.
That's better than 12. I'm kidding. I'm being a smartass here,
all
okay? Right. Read the full headline. Special education teacher sent 25,000 texts to 8th grade boy she molested. A special education teacher allegedly exchanged more than 25,000 text messages with a middle school boy she is accused of sexually assaulting, according to a 7-count indictment. I have to screw words up for the obvious reason.
Yeah, I got you. And look at how old was she when this?
Freehold Intermediate School's Allison Nadrak sent thousands of messages to the 15 in 8th grade. Well, it's a special needs school, isn't it? She is. When is this article from specifically? This year. This is just this is a week ago.
Yeah, look at her. She's got a 6 head. And she's got gray hair coming on too. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So she's got to be
44. She's 44. Yeah. At this point in time, she's 44 years old. What do you see here, though? She looks a lot like that female police officer who basically did the entire police force.
And then got $500K.
Yes. And then ended up getting $500K. It's like there's a phenotype. You got the 16 head and then the small face.
Yep.
There's like a phenotype with a little tiny mouth. So there's like a phenotype for this weird behavior.
Well, I mean, if she has a small mouth, the saxophone fits even better.
Probably shouldn't go down that path. The teacher also alleged that they saw Nadrak with him and noticed her touching his leg. The victim allegedly told friends he was dating the married teacher. If this is a special needs kid, we're probably dealing with somebody who has some cognitive disabilities here, right?
Or has emotional problems.
Or any combination thereof. And she's...
All right, now, in today's day and age, what the hell are you thinking? If even, I'm not condoning this in any way, shape, or form, so please don't think that. But what the hell are you thinking? Sending 25,000 text messages? Are you out of your fucking minds?
Pop.
Yeah.
This is apparently Miss Needrock. Look at the body type. We have hit wall. We have hit first wall at high speed. We are now no longer comfortable with our form. We are beginning to become fluffy.
Well, okay. Well, she's fluffy, and you look at her profile from the side. She's got no chin. It just She's forming the turkey neck.
Yep.
She's developing yankles, shankles, and cankles.
So we're getting a whole lot of a loss of self-confidence as the material form changes.
I'm just wondering, was she single or married?
Married.
Oh,
and has 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. A mom of 2. Prosecutors previously said the teacher was obsessed with her alleged victim. The boy was brought to the station by his mother days later after he admitted having sex with her. She was formally charged on Tuesday with 6 counts of aggravated assault on a child endangerment through manufacture of child sex abuse materials, official misconduct, and a sexual assault, as well as 3 counts of endangering. She has been on home confinement in Jackson since posting bail. A guy would be in jail, period.
You said Jackson. Is that Michigan?
This is
It sounds like Jackson, Michigan.
New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. Okay.
This is New Jersey.
All right.
But yeah, this is like, come on. 44 years old with 2 kids, and she doesn't know that this is a bad idea.
And she's probably not going to get hammered too bad. I mean,
But
listen to those charges. Those are like low-level bullshit kind of charges.
they really are. They really are low-level bullshit charges.
She should get the whole rap concert.
And we've seen this before. There's a pattern emerging with these teachers. Well, it's an established pattern at this point because this has been going on for 20 years now. This has really been going on for at least 20 years now.
Yeah. And
they're emotionally stunted.
Yeah.
They are what's the word that I'm looking for here? They are expecting things that are not theirs to expect. They're entitled. Why couldn't I think of the word entitled just now?
Well, they're entitled, and I would
I'm
say
kind of bent around the hammer on this one.
well, when you do that, listen, she probably never had any accountability in her entire life.
Yeah, 0 accountability. There's
And
another one.
she's going to get some accountability here, but it's going to be very mild, in my opinion.
This brings up the idea for an episode. You should do a post-mortem on these women. Because I think if we went through all of these individual cases and really looked at them, we'd find that they are of X age bracket, from X background, with educations from X type of university, and I'll bet you every single one of them comes from some very liberal university as opposed to just your average liberal university.
So we can call it post-mortem of a saxophone diary.
We'll figure that out. The saxophone autopsies.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, this is really disturbing me, so I have to laugh.
It is. This stuff is. I'm stuttering because when you mess with kids, my instinct is to stop talking. Yep. And then what happens next is I eat a sandwich while sitting on your twitching corpse.
Well, yeah, I get you.
I don't like kid touchers. I have a real serious problem with them.
I mean, I'm 56 and I couldn't even go younger than 32. Yeah. It's just nah, forget it.
I fortunately, an old friend of mine turned out to be my perfect match, and she and I have been together for a long time now.
Okay.
I got very fortunate, but I'll tell you right now, I just turned 55 yesterday. I am officially eligible for. I am officially eligible for discount Geritol.
Okay.
And a discount at Golden Corral.
Did you get your AARP?
I did. I got my AARP offers.
Right.
At this point in time, at 55, if I was single right now, I'd be like, fuck it. It's just me, the dogs, and the chickens. Yeah. And I'll find a cribbage club somewhere. I'll go play cards 2 nights a week or something.
Yeah, I get it.
Because I look at this stuff here and I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that.
But here's the thing. Imagine her husband and her children have to deal with this humiliation and betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't understand at all what goes through these women's heads, especially 44 with a 14-year-old. This kid would have been 14 at the time.
Yeah.
He's 15 now. It had been going on for some time. Yeah, what are you doing? How do you not know you have 2 kids of your own at home? You've got a husband.
She was bored.
She's entitled, is what she is. She's entitled. She thinks she can do whatever the fuck she wants, and there won't be any consequences. Consequences need to come back into fashion.
Well, actually,
Consequences really need to come back into fashion.
well, for men, they're called consequences.
Have you done that show?
Not yet.
Ooh. You know, Pop, that's a whiteboard episode because you can have the men on one side and the women on the other.
Yeah.
And find cases that are remarkably similar and note the consequences.
Yeah. For the
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah, that's a whiteboard episode right there.
All right.
Find two cases that are remarkably similar and just line them up together. That'd be a good whiteboard episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I am producing whiteboards again, just so you guys know.
I know that you are. I think I may have to come down there after I get my fucking truck fixed for the 4th time this year. And help you with your handwriting.
Okay.
There's nothing, there's spelling, there's nothing we could do about that, but we're going to see if we could get rid of that fat crayon handwriting.
You're right. I'm going to give the briefing.
Oh, wait. Yep.
All right.
Go.
So this is what's going on here. You can see the banner down there. We're getting our asses kicked by YouTube. We've been demonetized, not completely, but to a very large degree. We're pulling down roughly 8 to 11% of what we used to do in 2015 and prior. Also, the videos that are demonetized, they're running the same amount of ads on them, and the exact same ads as the ones that are monetized. So I have no idea what's going on with that. But any little bit you send in goes a long way. So please help out if you can, because this shit is not cheap. And we love doing this for you guys. And I don't really make money doing this. I'm just trying to save lives, but it's still not cheap. So there you go. All right, there we go.
561 lives to date.
Mm-hmm.
And my sorry ass is one of them. This one comes to us from sunny England, which is no longer going to be England for very long, I'm afraid.
Yep.
A maths teacher, 30 years old, here we go, got pregnant by a pupil while awaiting trial for grooming another schoolboy, 15, who she took back to her luxury apartment for sax practice. The court hears a maths teacher. Son, why are you... okay, we got a 15-year-old. I get it. He's never been with a girl before, but like... Woo, dude.
What?
Would you even talk to that?
I mean, how old is she?
30.
She's too young for me.
Look at the pursed lips and the eyebrow.
Well, she is in England. She is living in a luxury apartment.
While I understand that, that's all of the warning signs right there. She radiates. Maintain a safe distance.
That's another one I need to remake. Warning signs.
Yeah. That was way back when my daughter was like 11. She had a friend whose mom showed up to pick her up, and her mom gets out of the car, and her mom's cute. She's pretty. You could tell she was a pretty woman. And she got within like 10 feet of me, and it was like a marquee across her forehead. There was like a rolling marquee across her forehead that crazy warning, do not approach. Crazy warning, do not approach. You can, literally, it was like a marquee on her forehead. I'm like, oh.
So she had the double coat of makeup?
She had the double coat of makeup. The unblinking eyes, the iris in the white eyeball where you can see like the whole light, and the smile that looks like it was like, the Joker movie where he does this and he's got the tattoo of his mouth smiling.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it was like all of the warning signs. So a math teacher got pregnant by one of her pupils while awaiting trial for taking another school boy back to her luxury apartment. What's a teacher got a luxury apartment for? Rebecca Joins, 30, has been probably OnlyFans, would be my guess, actually. That's in this day and age. She then drove him in her white Audi to her flat in Salford Quay. I don't know where that is, somewhere in England, where they played 2 saxophones. Despite her telling him no one better find out, he messaged a friend over Snapchat to tell him he had just got it on with Miss Joins.
Damn.
Because, why? Why did he do that?
For clout.
He's a 15-year-old teenage boy.
That's right. Don't tell anyone. Oh, I won't say anything.
He just punched that 15-year-old bucket list checkbox there.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
But
really.
I think she's going to get even a bigger pass.
This is England. This is England. Yeah, I would imagine so. Rebecca Joins, 30, has been on bail accused of grooming a 15-year-old and buying him a $345 Gucci belt from Selfridges. I know what Selfridge is. It's like Macy's over here. Joins pictured outside Manchester Crown Court alongside of her father after she's being... Look at Dad's face. What do you see there? Look at the face and the way he has his arm around her and her body language. I wonder if Daddy didn't have a little previous history with her daughter there.
Yeah.
That is creepy body language. That is not like, you don't put your arm around your kid like that.
Okay. Well, the thing is, on a teacher's salary, you can't really live in a luxury apartment. She probably comes from money.
Yep.
Or affluence of some type.
Yeah.
So she's going to get either a slap on the wrist or a complete pass.
Okay, this is around Manchester. This is around the west side of what is England. The affair with the second boy, during which she claimed they had sex around 30 times, was exposed after she told him she was expecting his child. This came as a shock to the boy, as she told him she couldn't get pregnant.
That's a common lie.
Bob, how many times? I was about to say, how many times have we heard that? I can't get pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on the pill.
I'm on the pill. Yeah.
I can't get pregnant. I had a car accident.
I had a car accident.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Why don't we just use slot A, get this over with, and I'll be on my way.
Yeah. Use the other end of the saxophone.
That's right. The prosecutor told jurors this was obviously a game designed for him to guess her number.
What?
Okay, I see. I went ahead too far thinking that this was just going to continue the way that it was. In October of 2021, she's giving the first pupil, referred to as Boy A, additional maths lessons ahead of his GCSEs, which are the school tests that they take in the United Kingdom to pass school, and which cannot be named for legal reasons, the school. He later told police she set him a challenge to guess her mobile phone number, having given him 10 of the 11 digits, Mr. Allman said. Every phone in the UK starts with 011. The prosecutor told jurors she was obviously a game designed for him to guess her number. They began swapping messages and arranged that the 15-year-old would come to her flat after school that Friday night. At first, he thought she was joking, but that day, she picked him up in her car before collecting her dog from a doggy daycare center. This girl's from money.
Yeah.
This is a spoiled little rich girl.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Dropping the pet off at her parents before taking him to the Trafford Center, which apparently is a nice place in Manchester. Jury were shown what Allman described was crystal clear TV footage.
Wow.
Joins, turquoise jacket, so on and so forth. But after the boy told friends, police were called to the school the following Monday and Joins was arrested. She answered no comment at the interview, of course, but now accepts buying the belt and taking Boy A to her flat. It was on video, you dumb tart.
Wow.
This is the British version of what we're seeing here in the United States. I am not going to read this extremely excruciatingly long article.
Was she
in
convicted? Is there a sentence?
its entirety. Let's go here. It does not denies 6 counts of sex practice with a child. Well, 2 of them while in a position of trust. The trial continues.
Okay, so it's still it's ongoing.
I don't know exactly how the English court system works, but apparently it takes a minute to do these things. How scratches found on a teenage boy led to a sex conviction for his teacher. And this baffles the crap out of me. Haley Clifton Carmack, this is from September of last year, a former high school teacher in Missouri. So this is all over the country, which tells you these women are getting this from the universities, is my opinion.
These women are not unattractive.
Yes. She's attractive enough that she could pull a man 10 years her elder without any problem at all.
Yeah, but the thing is they got to have the feels. And if you walk across the high school and you've already had, you have the 1,000 cock stare and you're walking across the damn stage, in your mind, you're slipping dicks like you are like a boxer slipping jabs. I mean, what's going to happen? You're going to be disappointed for the rest of your life. You're burning out the oxytocin pathways. And before you know it, you get bored and you redo the cycle.
Yeah, that might be why they're going after the young boys, actually.
Yeah.
They're trying to revisit that first moment where they actually felt something and now they can't feel anything. Mm-hmm. Because while they were in college, between freshman year and the end of that master's program, they went from a half a mile from high school to completing 450 miles.
450 miles of Mr. Right hitting the pocket that's no longer tight. And you might get
I will not stand for you doing Dr. Seuss poetry on this show.
And she might say she's pregnant and give you a fright. And if she's married, her husband, you'll have to fight.
Run.
Oh my God.
That got weird quickly. That got weird quickly.
It's all good. What are you going to do?
Weird very quickly. Wow. Haley Clifton Carmack, a former high school teacher in Missouri, LaCay, Missouri, pleaded guilty to felony misconduct with a student. The 16-year-old boy allegedly showed another student photographs of his back lined with scratches. Nice touch, lady.
Nice.
He said that his teacher left the marks after the two got some after in the student's driveway. According to Trump,
getting the back scratched is a symptom of applying the Tendic.
I'm sorry?
Well, if you apply the Tendic, you will get scratched. Not all the time, but that is a symptom.
Right. Okay. Yes, I see what you're saying.
And the second one is piddling. You see his eyebrow go on there? You see, I shocked him. That's hilarious.
There are experiences that you have had that I am not sure that I ever want to know about.
Come on, man. Listen.
I mean, this is
the chat if you like the jokes, because
this is on the level of walking into a buddy's room in the barracks to catch them Eiffel Towerings. I'll be back.
I'm not tagging in. I'm good. There's some gay sex with a witness going on in there.
Yeah. I'm tagging out. I am not interested in this. Close this door.
Yes.
Anyway, he said that his teacher left the marks after the two got some in the student's driveway on Friday, February 6th. Remember, this is just this past September. Carmack, a former school teacher in LaCay, Missouri, pleaded guilty to felony conduct with a student per her signed plea order, which also additionally included child molestation. The kid's 16. Okay, I'm going to say that. She's a reasonably attractive woman, although, again, here we are with the face.
Uh-huh.
That, look at the dead eye.
Yeah. That's her booking photo?
That appears to be her booking photo, but that's dead eye right there, dude. There is nothing behind those.
That's worn out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she was chasing the high.
Yeah, she was looking for that original experience.
It's called chasing the dragon.
Chasing the 10-dick dragon?
That's exactly what she was doing.
Wow. Oh, man. There's your episode right there. Long cock gong.
Long cock gong.
Clifton Carmack, who is in her mid-20s, is on house arrest pending her October sentencing. The student witness told Detective Sergeant Brian Gibbs, per a probable cause statement, that Carmack had openly discussed her personal life with the class and stated she had gotten in trouble with the administrator for being too close to. Yeah, this is an absolute attention whore.
Yeah.
She has been discussing her personal life with the class. Dude, when I was in NCO, when I had barracks, I don't know how you were with this. This is just how I was. None of my guys got my personal anything other than, hey, I got a date with the wife tonight.
Yeah.
And so I won't be unavailable. I'll be unavailable. Give Sergeant West a call if you need something, something like that. But I kept that shit away from it. I kept it away from it for a reason, because we have to create a persona where these troops fucking respect us. And we've had this conversation before. You got 118 18 to 22-year-old boys. If they decide they want to kick your ass, you might get a couple of them.
Yeah.
So you have to create that illusion of sergeant stripes means infinity power and mysterious energy.
Yeah, you're not fighting a whole platoon of guys. I don't care.
I don't care how tough you are.
I mean, not at once. I mean, I line them up and fight them one at a time. But
that's different. That's entirely different. That's
guys at once.
That's a display of the same thing. That's because in their eyes, you kicked all of their asses.
Yeah.
And it's the creating the veil of respect that you need in order to get things done. And these teachers have no concept of that at all. They don't create it's a fiction. It is. It's a fiction. But you have to create that respect. If you don't have that, they're not even going to listen to you. No wonder the kids are coming out of school retarded.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. But again,
absolute insanity.
Like we covered this years ago with the Wango Tango, and
it's just gotten worse.
It's getting worse. You're absolutely correct.
Investigators recovered from the phone a conversation between her and the confidential victim discussing the relationship. Furthermore, per the complaint, Carmack continued contact with the victim until December 23rd, at which point she left the state with roommates telling the detective that she had moved to Texas to live with her family down there. Another witness whose name was with the head enforcement told Gibbs, per his probable cause statement, she had confronted the teen's father about allegedly knowing about the abuse and doing nothing to stop it. When she told him that she was going to authorities about what he knew, the father allegedly responded, "They're going to do it behind my back, so I might as well let it happen." So the dad was enabling this activity.
Yeah.
He was probably younger than us, the dad.
That's not a good thing.
So he's from the Hot for Teacher generation, the old Van Halen song. So he was probably chucking his son on the shoulder going, "Yeah, way to go, boy. I'd have done that." Which is also indicative of the rot in our culture.
Yeah.
Because he should have been at the school filing charges against that individual.
Yeah. Sounds refreshing, but it really is
not.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't get it myself.
This is, I mean, what is this one doing here? This is interesting. I was kicked out of a gym for staring at a woman, even though I'm blind. Did he send us this link by accident? Because
I'm not sure. Just move on to the next one.
I must have missed that one. I want to go back to that one, though. A blind dude staring at a woman was kicked out of a gym. Wait, here's the correlation.
I've seen this one before too.
These teachers are all banging students and getting 6 months in house arrest. This guy is blind and gets thrown out of a gym for staring at a woman. There's a double standard right there. Hang on to this link.
Now, hang on a minute. I believe in Australia, and let us know in the comments, any Aussies out there. But I believe in Australia, you get in trouble for staring at women too long.
Really?
I could be wrong, but it's either they were trying to get some legislation passed that that was called sexual harassment for staring at a woman too long. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, walk around with your eyes down so you don't make eye contact? Go fuck yourself.
Basically, what they've done is create an environment where you are always guilty of some crime.
Yes.
The same is true to a different degree with other things here in the United States. If they want to arrest you in the United States, they'll find something.
Or just like that wheel of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do can be considered abuse.
Yes. I was accused of abusing my wife for lying to her.
Yeah.
At one point, way back 21 years ago.
I'm trying to remember
crap.
The name of the wheel. It's something it just doesn't come to mind.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
By the way, you slackers, you're not getting away with it that easily. We don't have any reason to say Bolshevik tonight, but I'm going to say Bolshevik. I'm going to say it anyway.
You're not drinking a Budweiser, are you?
I don't drink Budweiser. That's
good.
Gay.
That's right.
This one is whoop the ass. Glamorous heiress, 45, charged with having sex with a 14-year-old boy 4 times in one day. This is straight up what we've been talking about. She's trying to recapture that first Tendick moment.
Yeah, or her teens. Listen, if you're 45 years old, I'm just going to say you're done. Yeah, she does look okay. That picture of her.
Yeah.
That's probably her all done up at her best.
Sure, yeah. Let's see if we can find some more pictures of it. Yeah, there's more pictures of her. But get this, an Australian horse heiress is saddled with charges. Wait, I'm going to add to that and say after riding that kid and putting him away wet.
Yep.
After accusing Savannah Daisley, 45, faced Waverley Local Court in Sydney in Australia on Tuesday on child sex abuse allegations, denying her were the judge denying her bail over the quite disturbing allegations. The glamorous mother of 2, who is the daughter of famed Aussie horse breeder Ross Daisley, strongly denies the accusations and intends not to plead guilty. I mean,
wow.
I'm going to give credit where credit is due. For 45, she looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, she does.
Yeah.
She does. But clearly, and this article is full of horse puns. Kudos to the writer here. His defense lawyer cried nay, arguing that that's how it's written, arguing that the accusations against the socialite client were made in spite and that it was an oath versus oath case. That must mean something in Australia, probably something along the lines of his word versus hers. However, the prosecutor, straight from the
was hung like a horse.
The prosecutor claims evidence straight from the horse's mouth exists. This is great. Kudos to this writer.
Yeah.
We need to send this guy a thank you note.
We should send him a note. We owe you a bottle of whiskey.
We owe you a bottle of whiskey.
This is hilarious.
This is great. He said a police officer told him about recording of a tawdry phone call made by the heiress in which she had allegedly admits to kissing the teen. Okay. We can't speculate further on that, but I would say a kiss is not that big of a deal, but I have a feeling it went a little further than that.
Well, yeah. I mean, she is being charged with saxophone abuse.
She is. Richardson claimed that the recording reveals that Daisley had little recollection of the incident, probably due to her being intoxicated at this. Oh, this was an alcohol-related incident. I wonder if the young man got the full alcohol-related incident.
He probably did. Put it in my butt. because she was in a rut.
Close the door, take a step back, and close the door.
And she's a slut.
Don't want to. What the fuck is going on?
She's looking at
What is going on here?
boy. She likes the smut.
What
I'm
the?
on fire, man. I've only had one beer. Oh, I'm sorry.
What the fuck is going on here? You okay?
I can't help it. I can't help it.
You okay?
My
I should have
brain fog is
I
going
should have
crazy.
rented a car to go down there because clearly you're going to be needing fucking medicated or something.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Like my brain fog is finally going away after I've had it.
Oh, good. Oh,
since
good. Yeah, you've been
2022.
in a funk for a little bit.
Yeah.
Daisley is a trained naturopath who founded the business Smart Cleanse, which offers various 14-day detox plans. Company website reads, "I don't care." The brunette is also the author of 2 books, 14-Day Smart Cleanse and the forthcoming Epigenetics, which is set to examine how stress and toxins have a detrimental effect on cell function and structure. That's
What about your
actually
mental process?
interesting, though.
Yeah. What about your mental processes? You
Her
didn't
mental
think-
processes clearly include banging 14-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, when did that become like anything on the flow chart of insanity is acceptable?
Mm-hmm.
He's 14. Come on.
The judge denied her bond because daddy offered to pay $10,000 to ensure his daughter would return to court. The guy's a multi-millionaire horse breeder.
Yeah.
This guy bred thoroughbreds, which means he has bank. My guess is if daddy bailed her, she also would bail
Yeah,
to
she
a
would leave
non-extradition company
Yep.
because that's what these people do. Meanwhile, back in the United States, Kentucky teacher's aide admits to having sex with numerous teenagers and bribing them with alcohol. We've seen this before. This is when you did that first video, the Wango Tango episode.
Uh-huh.
There were several of them, if I'm not mistaken, where the teachers were using alcohol to ply their young prey.
But
former
here's the thing, you don't, for young boys, you don't even need that.
No, I know, but it helps.
Pizza and like a Coca-Cola is good enough.
While I understand that, there's the mystique of alcohol.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And
I myself, I was never into alcohol when I was a kid.
neither I didn't really drink until I joined the army, to be honest. And then at battalion barbecues and stuff and company barbecues,
Yeah.
you were so fried that you were like, give me a fucking beer.
No. I didn't really, I mean, my 21st birthday, I got hammered. And then, once I grew up, I guess, once I turned 21, I had, no, I used to go to the bar and sneak in there and drink and I'd black out and stuff.
Really?
I did not handle my booze well as a youth.
I come from a really big family, and I had great uncles that when you were like, by the time you could walk, basically, here, kid, take a sip of my beer. So, I mean, by like 4, I know what beer tastes like, and it kind of killed all of the mystery for me. I didn't go to keggers or anything like that when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit about that.
And I was just like, whatever. I didn't ever go through that phase. But once you join the army and you get in there, and there were some moments where like you really seriously needed that fucking beer.
I know. I remember my mom caught me drinking one of her beers.
Yeah.
She comes down and I'm like hiding it. She saw it, but she was really nonchalant about it. As she's walking out, she goes, "You can bring a beer up to me in my bed." I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm totally." I was like 16.
Oh my god!
But
I left home at 16, so. A former Kentucky teacher aide admitted she had sex relations with numerous teenage boys while working at an elementary school.
Oh my god!
Ellen Phillips pleaded guilty in federal court in Lexington to attempted online enticement of a minor to engage in misconduct.
See, they don't call it. They should call it what it is.
Well, I'm not going to say this on YouTube.
No, you can't say it on YouTube. I got you. All right.
because it will cause problems because YouTube isn't smart enough to know that we're actually reading an actual newspaper article.
Correct.
And they hate you anyway. I swear to God, you've got an actual physical enemy there at YouTube. I think you've got an actual, real, live, blue-haired, snaggle-toothed, multi-sexual hate fan.
Tackle
there.
box face.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That looks like tackle. Her victims were boys between the ages of 14 and 16 and from Boyle and Garrett counties in Kentucky. And she would sometimes have multiple boys at the same time.
Wow.
We're
So
way past she's making bad decisions here.
This is
a predator.
It's a snot worm pile.
Oh God.
God.
No. No. Bad pop. Bad. No.
I'm on fire tonight. I don't know. I can't help it.
No. Bad. Oh God. I'm scarred.
What are you gonna do, man?
What the ass? She's facing a maximum sentence of life in prison. Good. Good. Finally, a reasonable sentence. As part of her plea deal, Phillips, who formerly went by Ellen Shell, admitted specifically to trying to convince a 15-year-old boy to sneak out of his house to meet up for some living.
So wait, what is her name? Phillips?
Hang
Philip
on, we're about to
Holes.
Stop it. She messaged the victim on Facebook and repeatedly tried to get him out of his house. When the boy told her that he could not leave, she offered him alcohol and some slaughter if he could sneak out.
Yep. And look at her arm. So she's starting to get roomy.
Dude.
Huh.
That's like bad.
Yeah.
That is. Oh, I don't want to do that.
So I'd give her a 4.
Yeah. That I mean, I would write a number on a piece of paper that said 4 on it, but that's all she'd ever get from me. That isn't even end of the night, 6 shots of whiskey, stumbling out after they flip the lights on, out behind the dumpster and leave it there material.
I mean, that actually looks like one of the full Germans I used to mess with in Fort Lewis. That's about as roomy as they got for me.
Yeah, but look at her though.
I know, but the people don't understand. The full German of 1990 and the full German of 2025 is the difference between a 1976 Corvette with really good curves and a refrigerator with a watermelon on top for a head.
With a watermelon on
I'm
top.
serious.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. A refrigerator.
It's like when they say roomy, they take up the whole room.
Was she big through the hips or roomy?
Was she kind of roomy? Yep.
Silence of the Lambs. What a great movie.
That one guy who played the serial killer in that movie,
Buffalo Bill. Yeah.
Could not watch some of his shows after that because I was so scarred by how well he played that character. I'd see him on the show. Nope, can't watch it. Fuck that guy. I got over it eventually.
Buffalo Billitis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to our charming little debutante here. Phillips of Danville even offered him excuses that he could tell his mother as to why he had to leave the house. Why is she? I mean, she could reasonably go find a halfway decent looking guy if that's all she wanted.
But that's
at,
it.
like
they
any
don't
bar in town.
They are broken. The women are broken.
Yeah, she's a serious predator. She would communicate with her other victims through Snapchat, Facebook, and text messages to meet up with them for inappropriate actions. One of the victim's mothers, who wished to remain anonymous, told Fox 56 that she went to high school with Phillips and that her children grew up together. Ooh. These boys are not aware of the laws that protect them and would not come forward because they thought they would be in trouble. Her son told her that she brought them alcohol 3 or 4 times. I can't wrap my mind about this woman who's speaking went to high school with the teacher. And their kids grew up together, which means the teacher had kids.
Yeah. So hang on. So she can't wrap her mind around that. But her friend who she went to high school with who did that had no problem wrapping her legs around them.
More than one boy at a time.
Yeah. The snot worm pile.
I don't like you saying that. Don't say that. Stop saying that.
It's scarring, isn't it?
Stop or I'll mute you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't want to like lay in bed and tremble all night at the thought of that imagery. Her son told her that she brought him alcohol like 3 or 4 times. Wait, so the teacher is banging the kid of the woman that she went to high school with. She's banging her friend's kid.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
That is a whole new level of twisted.
Yeah. That's than
a
a pity
whole
twister,
new level of twisted.
Yeah.
She was finally arrested in April of 2023 when 2 minors came forward saying that she had raped them on 3 separate occasions between July and August 2022 when they were both 16. Originally charged in state court, where she still faces multiple charges of 3rd-degree sodomy and 3rd-degree rape. And what is going on?
You gotta say, you don't say the R word.
I'm just appalled. I'm reading this case and I'm just appalled.
But this is what you get when you have women starting to have sex when they're like 12, 13 years old.
Yeah, and they're wrecked by the time they're 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, because once they go over 5, your chances of staying in a long-term relationship going like with the 30, 40 percentile.
Mm-hmm.
You go over 10, you drop into like the 20s.
Yeah.
You go over 15, you're in like the single digits.
Yeah. That's just fucking ugly. Hang on here. Why am I being made to do a security check? Okay, there we go. Nope, we're going to skip right over that one there. And we're going to move on to this other one over here. Female North Carolina Spanish teacher, 37, is charged with doing things with a 14-year-old boy who was one of her students. How do we say muy caliente?
Cabrón.
Ay, cabrón. A North Carolina Spanish teacher has been accused of doing things with a 14-year-old student. Haiti Monroy, 37, was arrested on Tuesday and charged with statutory rape and other crimes following a probe by Welcome Middle School officials in Greenville.
Middle school? Oh, shit.
Pitt County Schools Public Information Officer said Monroy, who is originally from Columbia, is no longer an employee at the school. I would think so. Dude, she's like...
She's already...
What's going on?
Yeah, she has hit the wall, man.
Yeah, that's like... She's... Well, that's the school. But, yeah, no... Monroy, been working at the school since August of 2022. She's being held without bond as of Wednesday. I will say this, in South America, and I'll bet you saw some of this shit too, standards of conduct are different down there.
Yeah, they're way different. This happened in 2022?
This is a Colombian that did this, yeah.
So has she been convicted?
This article, we'll find out. This is from June of 2024.
Oh, okay. So it's probably
so this article is recent. She had been working at the school since August 22. She was arrested in 2024. It came as dozens of female teachers have been arrested this year across the nation. All of these articles are saying the same thing for crimes involving students, as the seeming number of cougars in the classroom considers to grow.
Cougars in the classroom.
Classroom cougar. That's an episode, for Christ's sake. The classroom cougar. A long line of female teachers allegedly involved with the youngsters across the country dominates headlines. This is a direct result of, one, what you were talking about, the body count, the dick stacking, and falling to their deaths as a result of that, easily hitting the 450-mile mark by the senior year of college.
At 22. Some of them probably hitting that at 18 when they get out of high school. What?
Who's the girl who just did the 1,000 body count?
Oh, I don't even remember her name.
Dude, do the math. You should do
I mean,
a whiteboard short of the math on that.
okay.
1,003 guys, I think it was,
In 12 hours. It's like
times an average of 5.5 times an average of,
well, there was only like 45 seconds apiece. There's not a lot of distance in that.
right, but it's 1,003 guys.
I know.
Holy, that's terrifying.
Well, yeah. It
What
is.
I'm getting at is it's possible that she hit half that distance in a single day.
Yeah. Wow.
The psychological train wreck that either has to already exist or results from an act like that. I don't care what she says. I'm fine.
No.
No, you're not. No. That you did it at all says you're not. And afterward, there's no way you're fine after that.
Well, I can't even wrap my head around this.
No, this is our
bad.
culture is wrecked, man. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know
around
how.
here?
I don't think we're coming back from this. I'm sorry.
There's something bad is going to happen. Something large and bad.
Large
is
and Marge.
Yeah.
The woman built like a barge.
Oh, wow. Daily Mail discovered that 25 female teachers had been arrested in 16 states in only the last 12 months.
Wow.
And these are the ones that are caught. And it is feared to be merely the tip of the iceberg, as there appears to be no centralized data collection to track this disturbing trend. Pay us and we will centralize your data for you.
Correct. I don't have a problem tracking these evil bitches.
No, I will happily do, because these are child predators.
Yeah.
In
And
my
here's
book,
the
these are
thing.
child predators.
Here's the thing that needs to happen. All right. And a lot of this revolves around the judges out there who are handing out different standards of justice.
Yep.
And all it really takes is 15 guys per county. And you got to have 1 to 3 attorneys who don't really practice law or in that particular county or adjacent. You just fill out a FOIA request. You get all of the case numbers that the judge has ever set before, and then you just do the math. It's just statistical analysis. And you see the patterns, and you can file federal lawsuits against the county and the state because this judge is being sexist or whatever. And not
You know what
equally
pattern I see
credible.
right now?
What?
You know what pattern I see right now?
What?
The evil button pushing monkey pattern.
Okay.
What's up? Super God.
Gotcha.
Jimmy, it's been bad. Pop has been breaking out in random Dr. Seuss poetry.
Oh, goody.
No, really, I'm not even remotely kidding. There have been random episodes of Dr. Seuss happening all evening.
I can't help it.
Nice.
Yeah, Blake and I do that all the time.
Let's get that was you haven't done that with me on the show, so it was a little disturbing for me, okay?
Well, you got all upset at those snot worm pile.
No. So let me finish reading this here. This is the heart and soul of basically what we're talking about, or the lack of heart and soul of what we're talking about to begin with. In April, married New Jersey teacher Jessica Sawicki was arrested after cops found her half naked in the back seat of a teen's car. The mother of 2 allegedly admitted to police she and the student had unprotected saxophones at least 5 times. Hey, kid.
What are you thinking?
At least wrap it. You know she's producing children.
Yeah.
at a minimum, other than the bad idea here.
How old is this one?
This one he was 15 or 16. This was one of the first ones we read at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
In Nebraska, 45-year-old Aaron Ward was arrested after being caught naked in the back seat with a boy. Substitute teacher. That's the one with whose husband, who was a Department of Defense official. Many of the accused female teachers charged in the last year are married, and one was even named Teacher of the Year. These teachers are enticing students with sexually charged text, nude photos, and videos before, during, and after physical encounters. Between 2017 and 2022, at least 1,895 teachers have had unfavorable action against their credentials by state education licensing boards. Unfavorable action against their credentials.
Wow.
For molesting children. Unfavorable action against their credentials.
Yeah. Molly, you mean Molly tasting?
That goes on your list for the consequences. Male versus female episode. We've also got a couple of whiteboard episodes, Jimmy. That got pretty interesting. Let's see, where are we? Here, 1,895 teachers. This is according to the nonprofit National Association of State Directors of Teacher Education and Certification, the NASTEC. Nice. That figure is an underestimation, since many states did not provide the reason why a teacher's credentials were suspended or revoked. They should all be registered in a sex predator database. Well, if you want to have a separate database just for teachers, that's fine, but let us know, because these women are near our children.
So these people are, if they're at public schools, they're getting paid with taxpayer dollars. That means everything that hangs onto that license needs to be publicly released.
Yeah.
So if you have a bunch of, teachers, doing a bunch of Molly tasting or Abby use, I think the parents of the city should know exactly what's going on.
This one's even worse, in my opinion. Married sex predator teacher 34 grins as she escapes jail with sweetheart plea deal despite repaying a male student 14 and sending him sick messages. This goes on your consequences list.
All right, now, first of all, let's just be honest. If you send saxophone type photographs to a minor, or you accept those type of pictures from a minor, that is a federal felony charge. So we need to maybe get the federal government involved here to get some justice.
We know that there's no consequences for any of these women, though. We know this. This is what we've been talking about all night. There ends up being no consequences of any consequence. The irony here is you have identified the saxophone as the implement of destruction in these acts. And if you look at a saxophone, the part that you originally put in your mouth has a small aperture.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But when you're done, you're at the other end, which has a large flared aperture.
And then you got the spit valve,
which is the spit valve, which is sort of a metaphor for how they end up at the end of college after running that 450 miles.
Yeah.
With 50 miles to go, you've got the large opening at the end there.
That's right.
Melissa Rackenzie's 33 was all smiles as she left the Queen's courtroom with a sweetheart deal on Tuesday. She escaped jail time, but will permanently give up her teaching license while she attends a 2-year predator program. There you go. This is right. It goes in that episode, dude. Her victim's mother previously filed a lawsuit against school officials claiming they negligently ignored signs of the abuse. Look at this. What is this thing even?
It looks like a teacher at Hogwarts.
Seriously,
looks like a wet. Oh, what was the redhead family of the Weasleys?
Yep,
it looks like one of the Weasley sister. grown up.
Yeah.
Meth and dicks. Meth and dicks.
Meth and dicks.
This is Mrs. Cavern Crotch, and she teaches disappearing sausages.
See, now you're getting on board with the comedy. That's some good shit.
A married New York City teacher beamed with happiness as she walked out of a courtroom with a sweetheart deal. Melissa Rackenzie's 33 was all smiles as she left the court. Her plea deal will see her serve no jail time, but will permanently hand over her teaching license to mother of three. Mother of three! Melissa.
Wow.
There's a lot of things in my head right now that are not going to come out on a microphone and get recorded on YouTube, because if they do, not only will your channel get shut down, but Special Agents Frickin' Frack might knock on my door out of curiosity.
And we don't need that. Thank you.
No.
3 kids at 33.
She has been a kid. No, that's fine. 3 kids at 30. My grandmother had my dad.
I'm just saying that. So she's lost her profession. She's 33 with 3 kids. If she's married, she's going to get divorced.
I find that likely.
Yes. So that means she's going to probably get custody of those kids, because it doesn't sound like this is a felony conviction. And the husband is going to get ran through the coals paying child support, and Alice isn't horny anymore money because she decided to be a participant in the worm pile. That's fair. That's some justice right there.
I hate you.
Am I wrong, though?
No, you're not wrong. She has been accused of grooming a young student at her school, sending him a slew of sexual messages while carrying out a year-long physical relationship where they would meet up for saxophone practice in her car.
Okay.
The married mother of 2, pictured with her husband, he put his face out there, who claimed she was innocent, will serve no jail time, but will hand over her teaching license. Dude.
Wow.
No, seriously.
That is
dude,
humiliating.
she... Okay, look at his face.
Well, he's
his
a
face says...
That's what he is. He's a cuckgina. You can't put up...
Look at the expression on his face. The expression on his face is, I chose poorly.
Well, I know what that is because I did the same thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Listen, man, don't mess with the Ginger Ninja.
Oh, whoa, dude, look at her.
Half your shit.
What did you? Pop, that's her walking right there.
Yeah.
She's like the size of a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And she's a ginger, right?
Her head is, yes, and she's not even level with that fire extinguisher. Dude,
so
she's like
4'11". 5'11" or 4'11"?
No, 4'11".
Yeah. She's somewhere between 4'11" and 5'2".
Wow.
Again, this is the Ginger Ninja treatment. They assassinate your character, take your kids, and run off with half your shit or more if they can.
Wow.
So there you go.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Once again, I'd like to remind our gentle viewers that although there is no content in here that merits any of this, you are still not getting away from the inevitable Bolshevik.
Ah, yes.
So,
where's my button? Yep, there.
I said it. Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks. Now drink.
There you go.
Rackenzie's began her advances, he said, by sending him a number of lewd messages and told the outlet that he felt like Rackenzie's had taken advantage of him because of his age. Initially, their communications started over email or were due to a problem with another student, and he said he felt comfortable with her. Oh, so she's a trap setter. She sets the nice, come you sit down next to me. Tell me your problems. It's fine.
Kind of like a spider.
Next thing you know, Mrs. Cavern Crotch is teaching you how to make sausages vanish.
Yeah, she's got the Black Widow vagina.
Mm-hmm. I was vulnerable with her. I'm smart, but I don't make good decisions. I work off of impulse. You're a 14-year-old boy. You don't even know what a decision looks like other than choosing between the cheeseburger or the taco. Okay?
Well, obviously,
in this case, don't choose the taco. I realized what I had said as it came out of my mouth. My brain is going, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, fuck it, too late.
I'm so glad my mind is fucking healing. All right.
Your mind is never going to heal.
No, I'm always gonna be a circle thinker because I had brain damage and a stroke, but the brain fog is going away.
Yeah. Over the course of the next year, he said their relationship escalated quickly, and she would soon send depraved messages in between taking care of her children.
She's gonna probably start selling real estate.
I just don't get this.
Well, here's the thing. She's gonna find another job. She's gonna sell real estate or something like that. She's gonna probably make more money than she was making as a teacher. So that there's no punishment for her at all.
Listen to these texts. In a text exchange obtained by the New York Post, the teen claimed Rackenzie's allegedly wrote to her, "You're going to get lucky once I put this kid to sleep." Another text seen by the outlet saw Rackenzie's allegedly write, "I want you so bad, and now I got to go read kids' books. Like, what the fuck?" She also allegedly wrote to the boy, "Study up on your technique, and I'll be moaning for you all day and night, Daddy."
Oh my
I want to be able
God! Wow. All right. Now, okay. I gotta speak. I gotta say something here. Okay. If you are a mother and your kids are so young that you have to read them stories before they go to bed, maybe you shouldn't be firing up the vagina machine to accept deposits because you just might wind up with another kid. I'm just saying. Once the whistle stack starts pumping out DNA.
Oh no, the factory floor is clearly still functioning. The 3D baby printer is still working.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know how you're missing that she's texting a 14-year-old, "You're going to get lucky as soon as I put my kids to bed."
I know.
That's the most twisted thing I've ever heard.
I mean, that's like a text message that I would probably have gotten from, while I was married from my wife.
When you're married, yeah, okay,
that's totally acceptable.
Mama
not a
wants
14-year-old
to love him.
child. What's wrong with you?
Exactly, precisely my point.
It's like cruising the skateboard park for ass. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
God, the boy's mother has since launched a lawsuit claiming this could have been quickly prevented by school officials, claiming signs of the abuse went undetected due to negligence. She took the teen out for a walk in the park after she went to the supermarket, where she's been accused of hugging the boy really close and asking to kiss him. This came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it because she said she had a husband and stuff. I felt weird, like I had to hug her back. I hugged her, I kissed her. That's how it started. The sexual abuse continued by Rackenzie's, typically ordering the teen to meet her in her car before or after school. She'd tell me where to go to meet her, where the car is parked, he claimed, and said that she tried to meet him every day except Wednesday, where she had to watch the kids.
Wow.
Yikes.
That is fucked up, man.
Every time we'd meet up, he claimed, adding that she would allegedly give him gifts like money and nicotine devices. Most of the time she gave me money. The most she ever gave me was $500.
$500? Jesus.
Your husband doesn't notice that like large chunks of money are going missing.
Well, no, hang on. When it comes to money, women are experts at squirreling that shit away without you knowing.
I can vouch for this.
Yeah.
My ex had 3 different bank accounts that I only discovered after she fled and kidnapped my daughter and left behind all of her like paperwork.
Yeah.
She forgot to take like the folder that had all of her bank information in it.
Yeah. They are primo when it comes to embezzlement from their husbands.
Yep.
Primo.
Yep. Yeah, she had hundreds of thousands of won, thousands of US dollars.
It's better than 100,000 dongs.
I mean, you make a fair point.
Oh my God, what's wrong with me today?
She just had some headquarters dong.
She got head.
I still know where you live, Tim. In her lawsuit filed in January, the child's mother said negligence by officials in the Department of Education allowed this abuse to continue undetected. The lawsuit is seeking an undisclosed amount of damages and aims to bring school officials to account for their failure to prevent it, the mother's attorney, Jonathan Cooper, told Patch. It's really when we entrust our kids to this. Yeah, look how tiny she is.
Yeah, she's like, you're right, 5'11" to 5'1".
4'11" to 5. Yeah.
5'1".
Yeah,
somewhere.
she's super tiny.
Yeah.
November 2023, the teacher claimed that the teen had been threatening to extort her and accused him of saying that she'd shoot her and her kids if she didn't pay him $5,000. That's not something a 14-year-old kid would think to say. That's just weird.
No.
After Mackenzie's arrest, here we go. Her husband, William, defended the 33-year-old and claimed that she was innocent. Oh,
what a cuck China.
I'll bet you there's some bondage gear in that house.
Either that or he is canoeing down the river of denial.
Bring out the GIMP.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Jimmy. Yeah, somewhere in there is a butt plug involved. Speaking to the New York Post, her husband said, "My wife is innocent. She's the mother of 3 kids. She loves them very much. There's definitely a butt plug involved. She's been a big part of the community in her school. We all support her. We're all saying she's innocent. I won't elaborate any further. Why? Because you have a butt plug in your ass."
All right, first of all,
this employee has been reassigned.
Hang on.
Yeah.
If a man was banging a 14-year-old girl,
you're done.
His life would be so screwed up. It literally would be the equivalent of like having a metal butt plug in an MRI machine. That's what his life would turn into.
Oh, the butt rocket. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was awful. Wow.
Yeah. But she's getting away with it. She's getting a pass.
Yes. It appears so. In a statement, they said the alleged behavior is extremely concerning and wholly unacceptable. She was banging a 14-year-old.
If it was wholly unacceptable, you wouldn't have taken a plea deal, or you would have given her one where she actually did some time.
This employee has been reassigned away from the school and students pending the outcome of the arrest, and if convicted, we will pursue termination. Nothing is more important than the safety and well-being of our students. No, nothing is more important than the safety and well-being of your tenure and retirement, you pedantic fucks.
Well, first of all, that's the power of the teachers' union speaking right there.
Yes.
That's why our education system is an absolute toilet.
Yeah.
There's that and the single mothers. If you had a mother and father in the house and you had, decent teachers who weren't like, fucking and sucking your kids and actually teaching legitimate shit, it would be a whole different country right now.
I am going to do this last one before we move on to the super chats, because we are in super chat territory, but this one is worth it. Okay. Utah teacher who had sex with 3 of her students claims one of the boys' grades improved during their relationship.
Oh, because that just justifies everything. Yeah.
Well, that usually happens when you give the D, your grades turn into A's.
I fucked an A out of him.
Wait a minute. Yeah, no, he took his D and put it in the A, and then the B.
Yeah,
and that would bring his grade point average up to an A+.
Well, he did the ABC to get an A+.
Right? Yeah.
Because he got extra
new math.
He got extra credit for giving her the 10D.
It's that new math. This is from 2016, but it is still relevant because it shows a history and pattern of this stuff in the United States. It's really bad. She did get between 2 and 30 years. Which is it? Is it 2 or is it 30 in prison after pleading guilty to 3 counts? She's scared.
Yeah.
Look at that face. Yeah, she did not expect to go to prison.
It was at this time she realized she fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. It's not. I mean, it's not the subject's not hilarious. But.
Now, I have spent some time with the human people, and we sat around and talked about stuff. And writing samples was one of the things we got when we were doing the North Korean debriefs. And there is one thing that is true across the human species, and nobody knows why. When your handwriting slants the way that hers is slanted right there, 99% of the time, unless it's deliberate, and you need multiple handwriting samples over different things to tell this. If their handwriting is normally slanted backwards like this, it typically shows a lack of self-confidence.
Really?
Yes. And nobody is sure why.
And
there you go, in her little candy striper outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knows she's in trouble. She's a reasonably attractive woman. What is she doing?
Well, they want to relive that youth.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're chasing the 10-dick dragon.
Yeah.
Well, she's decent looking, but let's wipe off the 6 pounds of makeup.
That's just a thing sometimes. Chasing the 10-dick dragon. Chasing the 10-dick dragon whose name is Long Cock Gong. Yeah. The legendary 10-dick dragon.
Yeah.
Prior to the 2012-13 school year, the victim's attendance and school behavior was a problem, causing low grades and suspensions from school. Because she said she could, ELTs wrote on loose leaf paper because she said she could afford an attorney. It's 2013. Printing computer pages is a thing. The victim's attendance, grades, and behavior improved during his 2012 to 2013 year, allowing him to meet his goal to graduate a semester early. Yes, because he was getting steady nookie from teacher.
Yep. She was getting stabbed in the love pocket. I know you got to say something.
I'm really trying to stay off the federal radar tonight.
Chats, Google that last woman's name and see what her actual conviction was.
Eltis.
Because they were saying 3 to 20 or 3 to 30. I mean, that's a big range.
It's been some time, so we may get a quick result there. I got it, Jimmy.
What do we at?
I can learn how to type here.
Just put in conviction.
I can't. My hands are not in the normal place for where my keyboard is.
Well, you do have fat dwarf fingers.
Fuck all the way off.
Buddha Belly Bob. So what you get?
3 counts of forcible. Currently on parole.
Oh,
2 years. Yeah, here you go.
She got a slap on the wrist.
Yep.
Yeah, that's such bullshit. All
Sentenced 2 to 30 years. Denied parole after 2 years. Granted parole after 4 years. She did less than 4 years total.
Oh, wow. If that was a guy, he'd
add her to the consequences list, dude. This
Yeah.
is another one for it.
All right. Let's get the super chats knocked out. We went over our time limit a little bit.
All right.
That's okay.
But before we do that, I did get a message from, Billy Von Baum.
Oh, no.
No.
We're on YouTube. So we can't play anything that has any,
He said we're all in the clear.
Okay.
So this is let me
Now hang on. If this is that James Bond one, we can't show that one either.
Nope. This is something new.
I think Pop is trying to avoid being embarrassed by a Billy Von Baum strike.
I don't want to get hammered without whiskey.
That's
let's just say I'm the text says, Jimmy, it's Billy Von Baum. Check Gilded. I sent you something to show Dwarf tonight to calm him down.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
It is a YouTube link. It is safe for view. No copyright claim.
All right.
I watched this and I had my microphone muted. I was laughing my balls off. And yes, this is getting added to the list.
All right.
Oh God. I live.
Loving nobody but you for all my life. In your way, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life.
Okay.
I feel so violated.
That still might be copyrighted, even though
I feel
it's.
so violated.
We should be good though. But
We'll see.
welcome to the regiment, dwarf.
Nah, everyone gets fucked with.
Billy, I hate you.
I'm sure he
No,
does.
he's a good dude. He's a good dude, man.
No, I realize that. I mean, it's funny. I hate him because it's funny.
Yeah, I talk to him on the phone every now and again. It's a good dude.
All righty, it is super chat time, so I got to click the button first.
Oh, don't care what you gotta say. Whatever it is, it's probably lame. If you want some advice and need some help, oh, how about you go F yourself? Go yourself, oh, F yourself.
Classic.
Digital Dave's got that saxophone in his mouth. He's a banana.
Oh
Dave,
yeah,
little
Yeah.
fruity.
yeah.
Figured that was a little appropriate since you guys were talking about saxophone
There you go. Yeah.
playing. Dave,
Yep.
I still like the violins were out.
The violins. Yeah.
All right, we'll start over here on the YouTube side. We got 434 watching us with only 299 likes.
Mm.
Come on, push us over to 300, gents. I know you want to.
All right.
But the first one here comes from Dark Pegasus 87 with $10. Says if we ban judges from entering politics, they'll force the law equally because they won't worry about campaign resume. Their prospective career is why they give oppressed groups a pass.
Oh, well, I'm going to be honest. The system needs to get cleansed and reset, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, when you have district judges saying that they have the exact same power as President Trump, yeah, we need a serious overhaul.
you're having a problem.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. See, and Sean St. George, he's got a few in a row here. The first one says, "I wonder if the husbands of these offenders get raked through the coals when they divorce them."
Yeah, of course.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I've talked to hundreds of guys who actually proved that their soon-to-be ex-wives had done actual crimes like embezzlement, abuse, DWIs, and she still got custody.
Shocker.
Yep.
Yeah. It happens, especially in blue cities.
Yep. And Sean St. George's second one here says, "Happy belated birthday, Battle Dwarf."
Why? Thanks. It was yesterday.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Vaginal Turd Day.
Yeah. I officially qualify for discounted Geritol, my AARP card, and a discount at Golden Corral.
Yeah, only got 7 more years until you can draw SSI.
Yeah.
If SSI is still a thing.
Let's hope
Right.
it is.
Exactly.
And Sean's third one here says the education system seems more of a risk for sex abuse than the clergy.
I would have to agree with you nowadays.
Yeah.
Now,
Let's be
let's
clear about something when it comes to predators. These, like education and the clergy, those aren't predator things. Predators are drawn to positions like that. They're drawn to positions of trust and respect because they know that it gives them a ready pool of young victims.
Yeah.
Predators seek these things out. You don't put on a priest's collar and become a pedophile. That's not how that works.
You start out as one.
You're already a pedophile, and you realize that if you can get a priest collar, now you've got access to the choir boys.
Yep. Predators go where the prey is, and
That is absolutely correct. Well said, Jimmy.
Wow. Yeah, you're right on
Predators
target.
go where the prey is.
And also,
Dead nuts out.
Yep. And also, I like hearing all people on the left say, "Oh, well, what about other priests?" I don't care, and millstones don't discriminate.
That's true.
Make millstones great again.
Yeah.
And it looks like last one here on the YouTube side is from Cool Cat. $10 says men are put on the registry list even when the girls lie about their age. All these women should be put in the registry list on the registry list. Yeah.
Yep.
And 2, they should also get 15 years just like a man would. Much love, fellas.
Well, I remember talking to a guy in 2010 who met a woman in a bar. She was ordering drinks. She had a fake ID that had her like 22. He was like 25. He banged her. She was like just barely 16. They actually had the fake ID, everything. He still got hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost got put on the damn registry just by that freaking headquarters first sergeant accusing me of that stuff.
Yeah.
No trial, no conviction, nothing. All he did was accuse me of that, and it
But-
almost got me put on the
Because
registry.
you're on the military side and they can
Yep.
do that shit.
Exactly.
That needs to get fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's a lot of shit that needs to get fixed. And
That's what she said, Jimmy.
yeah, sure. All righty. Let me do a quick refresh for the Rumble side here. We got 529 eyeballs and 159 likes. Aw, it seems a couple people were upset.
I don't care.
Wah. Wah.
Wait,
That's all I
we
gotta
got a couple
Oh,
down-
yeah. We got a couple of down thumbs.
That's fine.
That's so cute.
It was probably
Wah.
some of my jokes.
Wah.
It could be. It could be. We also might have feminist trolls out there.
Well, we do have
Don't
about
appreciate-
15 communists with tits who watch my channel and downvoted on the regular. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. Send in the hate mail. We need another hate mail
Oh,
episode.
yeah. Bring on the hate mail. If you've got something to say, we want to hear it.
I want to send
really
your hate
seriously.
mail in, please. I'm begging you to send me
Yeah.
some hate mail.
Yeah.
There we go.
Those are
We
And-
absolutely want to hear your hate mail.
All righty. The first one over here on Rumble side from NetGuy 1975. Well, avert your eyes, gentlemen.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
Unless you're a school teacher.
I can't.
Man,
Rough
I'm on
crowd.
fire tonight, man.
Rough crowd.
Yeah. And that guy coming back again says, Pop, have a drink in honor of these American soldiers who died in Lithuania.
All right. I heard about that. 3 guys that found dead in a swamp.
Yep. Killed on a training mission in Lithuania.
Their
Yep.
vehicle went under, like literally went into a bog. That's crazy.
Yeah. I've had to walk across a bog and it was very
Unpleasant.
extremely unpleasant.
Same here. I have had the bog experience.
It's better than the Borg experience.
Well, that's a couple centuries down the road.
Mm.
Let's see. Next one is from Digital Do. Says, hello, everyone. I'll be kind of quiet tonight. I've got 3 babies tonight until 22:30 tonight. Putting Pop and Dwarf in their thinking meat. Speaking of meat, I fed them shredded smoky pork barbecue and
Ooh.
fixins.
Way to go.
With the
Well done.
fixins,
Yeah.
of course. You gotta have
Winning.
the-
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Let's see.
You
Next
might
one
not
here.
want to show this show to your kids, though. I'm just saying.
No, he saw those. It's just nieces and nephews.
That's fine.
This next one here we got from Nick Coldest for $20 says, thank you, Pop and Battle Dwarf. Stay frosty.
We're trying.
Absolutely. And Cat Shep 45 here with $5 says, I can already tell this topic requires multiple boozings to endure. Also, Steve, you're the only person I've come across who has made a learning about topics like history and philosophy sound interesting.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm that
Winning.
kid.
Yeah.
I'm that kid.
Winning. God damn it, Sarge. Dear Sarge, coming with $5.
Ruh-roh.
Teacher getting porked by Corky. Hashtag tards are hard.
Thug life right there. Yeah.
Oh, Sarge. Oh, Sarge.
That dude's on fire.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. The imagery. Oh, man.
Let's see. Next one from Fan I Am says, even 25,000 texts to your spouse is too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's we're talking some serious crazy meat.
Yeah. Let's see. Cat Shep coming back says, happy birthday, Battle Dwarf. Here's to beating the 65 and out plound. Salante.
Yeah. Slancha. Salante.
I
That's okay, man. It's okay.
I'm American. I don't know.
That's
foreign
fine.
languages.
I grew up with a grandmother who still spoke some Irish at home, so I know just enough to be polite and get your mouth slapped.
Yeah, that's Gaelic.
Yeah. No, it's
There you go.
Irish.
Oh,
Gaelic is Scotland. Anyway, carry on.
fan I am. This one you're going to have to write down for a future episode, Pop, when you bring the whiteboards back. Whiteboards for white boys.
Ooh.
Either that or it's a whiteboard summer. A play on the white boy summer meme kind of thing.
I mean, you could do a whiteboard summer episode. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Let's see. Next one here. Anonymous coming in with $2 says, in your spare time, you guys should watch Pay Money Wubby's Demonetized Cookies video on YouTube for a laugh. Even does a fake telethon bit at the end for ugly knee syndrome with sad music.
All right.
I'm gonna look that up. I'm
Boy summer.
curious.
I like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see. Cliff 3188 coming in with 1 out of 2. First one says, gents, look up Mary Kay Letourneau. I personally think because that story was put on national television in 99, Barbara Walters' show in 2015 glorified her actions as she was truly in love.
I remember that incident.
Huh.
I remember that incident.
Yep.
That was one of the Yep.
And Cliff's part 2, it says the story continued to be off and on for almost 20 years until her death. In my opinion, because of that story and several others, mostly female teachers started doing the same as if they were copycatting her.
Yeah.
Well, when that's not a new phenomena. Copycatting is incredibly common.
No. When women see other women do one thing, they copy cunt them.
That's going in the book.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Cat Shep coming back says, to loosely quote Pop from the Wango Tango episode of Pop Culture, these sites need to check their autocorrect. They keep misspelling rapé. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was just a sexual intercourse and whatnot when it's a woman teacher.
Yeah.
And see, Steve Oink coming in with $2 says they're going after the young boys because men their age aren't chasing them and they need the male attention.
True. We made that point repeatedly. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Digital Dude coming in and says, Dwarf, what's the text saying behind you again? I believe you shared before.
The text is actually my family motto from my maternal grandfather, and it is Welsh, Duodar Pari Bran, which means God provides for the crows, which is a reference to leaving lots of dead bodies on the battlefield for the crows to eat.
Fair enough.
It's a battle motto. I have an actual battle motto in my family, which I think is pretty cool.
Nice. Let's see. Fan I am coming in with $1. Says Aussie here. Only one bar in Sydney Sydney implemented a no staring policy and had a safety officer in a high vis pink vest.
Oh,
I
in
would
a
not
high
think-
vis pink vest.
I would not go back there. They can fuck off.
All I know is we go in there in a 3-man team. 2 guys distract Mr. Pink Vest while the other guy writes interesting phrases on the back of his pink vest.
Oh yeah. That'd be good.
Just draw a big old arrow that says insert dick here.
Well, there would be a penis. That's inevitable. There would definitely be a penis drawn in there.
There's definitely going to be a penis drawn somewhere.
And then various appropriate phrases, I would imagine. So, yeah.
See, next one. So from Flashgator says, bad Pop, you evil genius. Also, evening, Battle Bolshevik. I just drank my last sip of beer, and I got to run through these super chats, but I'll drink after. Let's see. Mando coming in says, Jimbo, Pop's puns have been worse than mine. He needs to visit his girlfriend for some tonsil hockey. Where's my button? There's my button.
Pop is retired.
So good and tasty.
I hate that one.
I was about to say you retired from the sport of tonsil hockey. I'd forgotten
I'm a
about
retired
that.
philanderer. I've actually had to tell a woman that last week.
Nice.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm retired.
No, I was getting a steak dinner at a restaurant down the street.
Right.
And there was this old married couple, and I was just talking to them. And then some of their friends came in who were like around my age in their 40s, I guess. Oh, he's single. He's single. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
No.
I'm totally retired. I'm a retired philanderer. I'm good.
Yeah.
Nope.
That probably just made you more attractive to them. You realize
It actually does when you're like, no, get away from me. They're like, oh, he's so hot. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to participate.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Next one here comes from VKE Evolution with $20. Nice name. I like that. Says a saxophone practice, smooth jazz, and a Honda Jazz.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's see. Alucard coming in with $5 says feed her to a shark, then take the shark out and throw the shark into a volcano.
Well, the only shark attacks if you find the body.
Jimmy, you obviously know what we were talking about tonight, but there was one particular woman in there that was having sex with multiple teenage boys at the same time.
Yeah.
She's like a super predator. She was screwing 3 or 4 or 14 and 15-year-olds at a time together.
Yep.
Yeah,
Bummer.
that's a whole that right there is a fucking predator. That's not just she's a little messed up in the head. That woman's a fucking predator.
Yeah, that is the epitome of make millstones great again.
Mm-hmm.
The snotty worm pile.
Yeah, just toss the millstone into the ocean, tie rope to it, wait a couple days, drag it up. Next.
Yeah,
You miss
exactly.
it. I did a joke and like one of his eyebrows went up because he's just like, that was so funny.
I'll have to rewatch the episode tonight then.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
This
Let's see.
episode's pretty amusing.
Yeah. See, Alucard coming back. He's got a request, but don't worry, guys. It's a safe one, and it never gets old.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
Oh,
Never gets old.
We have to do we have to map out the pop land.
Box wine and Catland.
The map of Pop World that we talked about in the Mexican restaurant down in Eastern Market that day.
Huh.
A couple of Saturdays back. Remember?
I don't remember. You gotta send me an email about it.
I'll send you an email.
I'll probably remember.
Don't remember. You were sitting in a Mexican restaurant in Eastern Market at like 11 o'clock in the morning eating fucking tacos, talking about the various places in Pop World. Anyway, you have notes on it somewhere. We'll have to find your notes.
It's in that
'Cause
little
you
book.
wrote it all down. Yeah. Yeah. I think I have some notes too. I'll have to find my notes.
Let's see, next one here is from Barrett McMusing here with $5. Says, who'd have guessed that women would usher in the apocalypse now? Damn it!
Yeah, seriously.
Yep.
Let's see. Hey, one of our favorite screen names came up. Le Coq.
Okay.
I gotta give you a golf clap for that one. That's
Yeah,
funnier
good
than shit. Let's see. He is responding to Broken Pine there. He says the Greeks did like 2,500 years ago, and I quote, masculine republics give way to feminine democracies, and feminine democracies give way to tyranny.
Yes, they do.
Do you know who said that there, Battle Dwarf, since you're the Greek aficionado?
I do not.
My thinking it is not processing that sort of material at the moment.
Apparently that
But
was Aristotle.
I think it was
Aristotle.
Yes.
That was Aristotle there. Let's see. Elliot Card coming in. The dog man called. She wants you to sing and she wants you to snoo. Bring beer and a tent. Well, with Pop and this are in his outfit, he's already pitching a tent.
another thing is I wear shirts like this pretty much every day. And listen, yesterday I had this student in a kickboxing class. I'm like, it's a nice shirt. And I'm like, really? I bought it on eBay. And then, oh. I don't care. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't care. Fuck off.
That's right.
Let's see. Mando coming back says, if one of these teachers in name only gets preggers, is the victim on the hook for child support?
Yes.
Something to think about when assigning punishment.
Normally that doesn't. I mean, if you're the father of the kid, you're going to pay child support. That's already been set. There's been many court cases about that.
Terrible, man. Terrible. Let's see. Professor Blake, Pooh Ass Blaster 3000 coming in and says, he'll take, hey, tell Guav Dwarfabetus, Nancy, and Pop, give Pop Hillbilly Hillary. Also, people mess with kids, need the wood chipper.
I cannot agree with you more.
Yeah. Well, he did request for it, so I got to hit the button.
Hillbilly Hillary.
I would love to find a way to actually get that sent to Hillary. She'd probably have you killed for it, but it would still be funny.
That's all right. I'm good.
Yeah. Just leave the tag saying, hey, make my suicide look funny.
Yeah. At least give me a good death.
Yeah. Let's see. Fan I am coming in and says, Dwarf, your mother spoke gay lick?
No, Irish. My grandmother on my father's side. Insult my grandmother again and I'll hunt you down. Cut your fucking nuts off. Stuff them in your mouth. Bury you upside down in a fucking peat bog.
Yeah, the Irish don't play
with grandma stuff. Don't make grandma
or mommy stuff.
Yeah, we are definitely south of the yo grandma line.
Yeah. Yeah, there are certain cultural groups in the United States where you don't insult grandma and you don't insult the mom. It will end up with at least a busted jaw, if not more.
Couple broken teeth. Carrying on. Let's see, hooliganism coming in with $5 says Dwarf is getting more relaxed and finding a groove and being more clever. Stay relaxed, friend.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm just having a relaxing evening. Yeah,
just relax.
And Susan McCarthy coming in with $5. She says, I think volcanoes only accept virgins.
Well, there's none of those around these parts. So,
yeah.
Let's see here. All right. Looks like last one here on Rumble. I know you guys will be sneaky bastards and sneak one in here. We got Cat Shep here who says, Pop World, major continents being logic and reason with a frigid North Pole. Polish, Iceland, Mass, where the frigid see you next Tuesdays go to live with their box wine and frozen pussies.
That's
from the snow Mexicans?
Yeah, the snow Mexicans, the Syropeans. I like to call them Syropeans. That incident I was describing actually happened at a Mexican restaurant, Eastern Market in downtown Detroit at like 11 o'clock in the morning. It was Pop and me and my wife. And she actually, dude, she came up with a couple of zingers, man.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I think I've got the notes laying around here somewhere. We were sitting there in this Mexican restaurant writing stuff down. The waitresses were looking at us like we were fucking whack jobs.
It's all good. Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, it's good.
See, we got quite a few over here on the MGTOW side of the chat here. First one from Crazy Uncle for $10 says, have a good night, gentlemen. Thanks for having me on the call in on Thursday. Can't watch tonight, so I'll be listening in the gym tomorrow. Hey, Pop, did you remind the Danger Dwarf of the 3 languages he's expected to speak here? Before I go, sound this out. Bullshit-a-vic. Now drink. Here we go. And let's see. Looks like next ones are from Dark Mad Dog here. We got 4 in a row here. It says, Pop, it's not that shocking. Ever read the book The Death of the Grown-Up? They talk about they talk about it of kids having schmexual relations, adults around them. Also, a girl in elementary school had schmecks with one of the black guys of the class, and it made the rounds. She changed schools and then changed countries. They were 12 years old.
Wow.
She was the few who were nice to me, by the way. The women brains are fried. Also, did you know Colombians, enjoy a piece of an ass? And I'm not talking about the regular ass. I'm talking the one that walks on 4 legs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a rite of passage for men.
Yeah, the donkey show. Yeah.
Oh, God, for men without condoms. Oh, God.
It was disturbing.
Hard pass.
And there's nothing hard about that sentence. That's a complete soft no.
It was horrible.
Just no.
It was a bad day. Day.
And Dark Mad Dog again. He says, did you hear about the dog pill? Genital swabs of women is positive for dog semen. 1 in 20 swabs in the U.S. Oh, God.
All right. You need to email me that statistic because that is comedy gold.
Not Fido.
We could prove that if there's an actual study or a survey that has that information, that is comedy gold.
Oh, God. He continues with all the covert furry shit on old cartoons and sex hidden words in old Disney movies. Is anyone surprised?
Yeah.
You can thank the Bolsheviks for this because this is how you destroy a culture. I'm not too worried, though. From the ashes of societies, great men rise to bring absolute order with camps to concentrate in. Pedos were shot by the Nazis, including the female ones.
I mean, not a Z?
Not a Z. Yep. The Yahtzee, just replace one letter.
Yeah, well, I don't want to see those times, so hopefully we could steer away from that.
We're already in the times before that. We are currently living in basically 1928 Berlin. Yeah, see, you can't say that I'm wrong. So
no, I can't. I can't.
Carry on.
Carrying on. Let's see. Dark Mad Dog again says, Pop, your favorite Latina with a big ass and nice tits is becoming gordita. Like stuffed tacos overflowing slowly and the tits becoming pancakes. The belly and fupa turn into an egg shape and their face melt. Female sex offenders should be in brothels. You can close all of the brothels permanently. You can let them live in pure isolation like serial killers. It's ironic we forget the Bible teaching of no man suffering the teaching of women. Proved right again.
Fear the syrup.
I really need to add a Sideshow Bob. Just I need to add that to the just bad. Let's see. And last one from Dark Maddox says, Battledorf, you forgot a part. Sex abuse victims are easier to control and scare off trauma victims. So it works for the Bolsheviks. Yep. For kids to be victimized by their teachers or priests or whatever. People will follow orders to not get abused until the victims fight back and it gets bloody with extreme chiropractic. Where I live, people are hot for teachers. The justice is soft on them. Well, universities here are Marxist and hot sex parties like the MC Gill. Serious, not surprised.
Well, in regards to like the priests, raping kids and stuff, I used the word, I shouldn't have said that. But it really made it into the mainstream when some of these victims came back as adults and murdered these priests.
Yeah.
And there was I remember at least over a dozen of these things happening.
Yeah, it was like in the 80s.
Yeah.
80s, early 90s.
It's either they, use a firearm or they beat them to death with their bare hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember I was reading one article and the guy was like, that's the only way I can get my dignity back.
No, I'm fine with it though. I, honest to God, don't have a problem with somebody coming back and popping their abuser like that. I don't have a lot of heartache there.
Yeah. I didn't either, but that's what it took to make it into the mainstream.
Yep. Let's see. We did have Big Chad the Mad Lad sneak in over on the YouTube side. Says Sock you socking socks. Give me a beetle dwarf and take a drink. Well, we did say Bolsheviks, 3 times. So, well, yeah, got to play
right.
it.
Bolsheviks.
No, don't say it.
Bolsheviks.
No, please stop.
Bolsheviks.
It's showtime. Bolsheviks, baby. Everyone drink.
Oh my God. All right.
Wow.
Oh, gotta love that. Gotta love that. Let's see. Looks like no donations over on the Odyssey side of things. Let me double check there. If I can click the right fucking button. I'm the evil button pushing monkey and I can't learn how to push buttons. What the fuck is wrong with me? Let's see. It's like, nope, nothing over on the Odyssey side of things.
All right.
And D Live, we are rocking nothing over there, it looks like.
We haven't got anything on D Live in a couple of years.
Well, it's looking like we did get 4 poker 20. Give 3 lemons there.
All right.
Not sure when that was, but thank you, good sir. Thank you. And over on the Twitch side of things, I done fucked up. Didn't have anything set up. Of course, we got a regular 11 viewers over there. And over on the old Twatter sphere, we got 89 viewers.
It's growing. I like it.
There we go. All right, we'll jump into the emails here for the cash apps.
Did you cover all the MGTOW ones?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool.
Yep, we are all caught up there. Let me just do one more quick run through. Looks like, yep, we're all good on there. All right, over to the Cash App side here. We got Susan McCarley, $30. She says, raise a glass to Rusty Shackelford.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Rusty.
Will do. Let's see. HKC 10 cent in $10 says, send an email not for public consumption.
All right.
All right, I'll get to that later.
Yep, keep an eye out there for you. Let's see, we got Bear Claw with $20 says, see email, and gives out his email there. So I will star that one for you to check out there, Pop.
All right.
See. Oh, it's right up here. Says, Pop, this Wango Tango crap has been going on for much longer than we think. I'm 41. 2 older high school teachers were married to their former students when I was in school. Both of this happened in the 70s, and their classmates knew it was happening.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Tangentially related, my ninth grade English teacher did 10 years after he was caught with an underage girl in the Lowe's parking lot.
Oh my
God. His parents had a fruit basket company, and he recruited his targets by offering jobs.
Okay.
Wow. Bad. Let's see. We got Brad sending in $5. Says, do I have a number? Should I tell my story?
Yeah, tell your story. If we saved your life, tell your story, and we'll give you a number. All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Brad coming back again with $5 on the Cash App says, been grinding, finding a career, more money in time.
That's right, man. Chase your
Keep
excellence.
going, man. Just keep going. Live out of spite.
Yep. Stay in the fight. And Brad again, geez, sir, you are generous today with $10. Says, happy belated Battle Dwarf.
Happy belated Battle Dwarf. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. All right, let me do one more quick run through of the chats here.
Big Town dropped another one.
Yep, I just saw that one here. It says Mando coming in, says Jimmy likes his run thoughts, especially in cornfields. Allegedly,
of course.
I'm just saying, when you're driving down a dirt road with the horny chick next to you and she says pull over.
Oh, Jimmy, don't take the dirt road.
All right.
Again, I was thinking before I spoke, and well,
that's okay.
Yeah,
that's
things
all right.
happened. So,
Crazy.
alrighty, yep, that looks like we are all caught up there for the super chats. So, Pop, I believe we're ready for
All right, everybody. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It never works out. If you absolutely must fornicate, wear a condom, take it with you, flush it down the toilet, watch it go all the way down, because women are sneaky bitches, and child support lasts 18 to 21 years, depending upon the state you are in. Rack up, pack up, and stack up. There's only safety in numbers. And maintain your situational awareness, because if you're going to be attacked, something in your environment will have changed. It's up to you to see it. And last but not least, I'm sick and tired of throwing you guys in the dirt because you're taking permanent solutions to temporary problems. Play the long game. You have no idea what tomorrow holds. Okay? Stay in the fight. And if all the other plans fail, live at a motherfucking spite. Boom, beer me.
There you go. Battledorf, any final words from you, good sir?
Yeah, I just got paperwork back from the Department of Defense, from Hegseth's office and from President Trump's office, both, because I have been fighting a 21-year running battle with the Department of Defense in the United States Army over the shit that was done to me by a woman. So if you think this stuff that we are talking about is, oh, that'll never happen to me.
Yeah.
I have been fighting a battle for 21 years because of a female choice that I made, which was poor and ill-advised. So, yeah, this shit's very real. Just fucking watch your ass, man. That's all I have to say. 21 years.
There you go. And of course, everybody knows my spiel here. Jump on over. Yep. There it is. Redonkulas.com. Hit the shop. It's getting nice out, guys. You might need a whiskey sipping glass while you're sitting on the porch watching the sun go down.
Got a beer cozy in there?
Maybe have a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do got a live out of spite. Keep your beer cool.
There you go.
Koozies.
Yeah.
All kinds of good stuff over there. All kinds of good stuff. All of the good shit.
I like it.
And again, well, keep your gunpowder dry and the cootie juices off your dishes, especially if they're a teacher.
Yeah.
Because that's disgusting, wrong, and, well, make millstones great again. Take it easy.
Take it easy.